Hello. Oh, is the mic on? Yeah, the mic's on. Right, cool. So I'm here, guys. I'm back. Like, I'm so sorry that I've taken such a long pause. Pause it. From YouTube. Like, I've really tried to film. And the thing is, I don't want to blame having a baby. I've just spat all over my phone. I don't want to blame having a baby as the reason why I haven't been on YouTube, but like that, because it's not an excuse. Like, if I want to do something, there's always a way to do it. Do you know what I mean? So, I have literally been in a funkagunkuk, not a funk, a funkagunkuk, and I have just not wanted to do anything. Like, guys, like even last week, I was saying to Lloyd, I'm not doing YouTube anymore. Like, I'm done. Like, I've not wanted to come back on here. I've not wanted to talk about anything. I've just lost motivation to do anything to do with being creative, being Ria, just being me. I've lost interest, and I feel like only in these last couple of days am I feeling like I'm getting back to my normal self and everything. So I really want to talk about mental health. Can we talk about mental health? Like mental health as a whole, mental health after having a baby, just mental health, just mental health.
Who won it? Who won it? Which nigga little goon getting stewed with the onion?
Anybody who doesn't know, and if you don't know, it's a bit odd. I had a baby. I had my son 8 weeks ago. He's now 8 weeks. We thank the Lord for the Most High. He's 8 weeks, and I just can't believe it. Like, my guy is growing deliciously. Like, my breast milk is pumping that boy up. Do you know what I mean? And I'm gassed, you know? So, cool. Before I had him, guys, felt like I was out here living my best. I'm living my best life. I was living my best life. I was here, there, and everywhere. Like, if I wanted to go to an event, I'm there. If I wanted to go on holiday for my birthday, I'm there. Like, I would want to do something and just make it happen because I'm a make it happen gal. You say what I mean when I shoot it. So, that's always been me, and I feel like when I got pregnant, it was difficult for me because I was like, I don't want anyone to know, like I don't want to go out. So I was kind of cooped up in the house a lot, sweating because it was 55 degrees outside. Nah, I can't even go back to thinking like that because nah, like how did I survive summer with that massive bump and my massive ankles? I mean, I know. So yeah, before him, I was like mentally, like I had days where I was down and whatever, but it was never like a consistent feeling of feeling down. Like we all have days where we're just feeling like meh, and like you're going through stuff and you're just feeling like yeah, like I'm not getting anywhere, la la. But it was never like I used to wake up and dread life. Like never. I'm a very positive person, and I feel like I've always tried to find the positive in life and situations, you know what I mean? So, and I always believe like you can't pray about something then stress about it. It doesn't make sense. You pray, you leave it to God. God will come through, like always, right? So cool. So after having my son, I felt like I jumped into being a mum. This is always another thing that no one talks about the fact that like you'll be in labor and whatever. Then the moment he's here, bro, you are now a mother. You are a mother. Like, there's no time to rest, sweetheart. Cheery up, pretty. He's 8 weeks old, and I'm still tired from the labor. I'm tired from the pregnancy. I'm even tired from the pregnancy, and I feel like there's no time to rest. And I felt like I was getting on with it, but mentally, guys, like I think I said this in my other video. Mentally, I checked out. I would checked out. I was changing his nappy and I was doing this and doing that, but mentally I wasn't there. Like I used to go out, like if it was napping, I'd go out and do my nails, and I would just be like, I just felt like I didn't know who I was. Like I was out doing something, but I have to go back to the baby. Like the baby's in control. Like he's in control. When I'm not with him, he's in control. Like my boobs are his. He is completely in control, and like I'm completely okay with that. Like obviously I love him. Like I can't even describe the love that I have for him. But it was taking a toll on me because I felt like I was getting on with it and everyone was like, is this your first child? Like you're actually like just, going with the flow and all that. And I was like, yeah. And then there was the night where he didn't sleep. What? There was a night where he didn't sleep, guys, like didn't sleep at all. He cried for the whole night and I had a mental breakdown. And I want to just say to people that, well, number one, when when you hit like the third day after having your child, your milk comes in. And that day I was the most emotional person I've ever been. Like I felt like I had flu. Like, and luckily my mom told me before that, like, you know, that like on the third day, and he said on the third day he rose again. That's not funny. On the third day, like your milk comes in and you feel fluish and stuff like that. So I was prepared for that, but I feel deep for the women that don't know what's about to happen, because you think you have your baby, you're back to being you just with a baby. Hell to the no. Those hormones, those morn horns, they take over your life. Like, take over your life. Because you're out of, you're like, your hormones are not, you're not in control of your hormones. Like, I'm not really a person who cries, and I was crying constantly because obviously you're sleep deprived, and then on top of that you're hormonal. So, and then you have to continue being mother, you have to continue being a wife, you have to continue being this, continue being a friend. It's a lot. It's a lot until you get shot. Rhea, can you just be serious? Anyway, so yeah, my milk came in, and just the day before, like night before, I was just in tears because you're hormonal, like I shared. Right, cool. So fast forward, I remember my cousin telling me, oh my god, this is funny, but it's not funny. My cousin, I remember telling me, I remember my cousin telling me, like, when he hit 7 weeks, like, he usually goes for a growth spurt, so there might be a day he doesn't sleep, and like, she was telling me her experiences with her daughter and da 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 da. And I used to just think, like, he doesn't sleep, come on, it can't be that bad, guys, let me tell you, the night he didn't sleep, I honestly wanted to throw him into the sky. I'm not even joking. And I wish that people normalized this feeling. Like, you feel bad because you think, you know, like, I'm a mom, like, I should be able to, like, he's 7 weeks now, like, I should be able to cope by now. No, like, no. You are tired, you are stressed, the list goes on. Like, you're having to deal with, like, everything on top of trying to be a mum. It's just a lot, and I wish that people just normalize the feeling of wanting to just throw your child out the window because he won't stop crying. Like, you don't know what to do. You're thinking, I'm his mum, like, why can't I stop him from crying? And I literally just had a mental breakdown, like, called my cousin, cried it out, and just moved on from it. Like, I really just want to give any advice to anybody who's going through, number one, like, postpartum, like, after having your child, that it's okay to not feel okay. Like, every day is different, and there's days that are going to be so difficult, and I have gone through days where I'm just like, oh my god, like, who am I? Do I even want to do YouTube? Will I even find time to do YouTube and be a mum? Like, trying to juggle everything is just stress upon what, guys? The left breast. So I had days where I was just like struggling hardcore, and like, this is another thing that on social media you don't see, that you see, like, oh, the cute outfits and everybody's giggling, but you don't see the sleepless nights at 4 a.m. when he's not sleeping, he's not settling, you've breastfed him or you fed him a bottle or whatever, and he's still not sleeping, and you've only had 2 hours from the day before, which is now rolling on. Like, every day rolls up, and you're just thinking, I've got minus 2 hours sleep. Like, I am shattered. But I just want to say to anybody, any woman who's just had a baby, that it's okay to feel crap. Like, it's okay to feel like, you know, like you're struggling because it's a new thing. Like, and I feel like even if you have your second child, it doesn't mean that it's going to be the same as the first. So everything is a new experience, and just rolling with each day, just to know that you're learning your baby, you're getting to know your baby's growing up, and he or she is going through, like, different stages, and it's difficult, but you will get through. Like, you'll look back and just think, wow, like, I will never forget that evening when I had my breakdown, because that was insane. Like, mentally, I wasn't even there mentally to be like, Rhea, relax, like, it's okay, he's gonna be okay. Like, I was just like frantic, like, he's not sleeping, I've tried this, I've tried that, like, I don't know what to do. And it was, yeah, it's a lot. So, and I'm learning to talk about how I feel, and I just wanted to be raw with you guys. Like, this is what I've been going through. I've not wanted to do anything. I've literally just been, you know, being mum and just taking each day by taking each day as it comes. But it's really important to take time for yourself. Like, wake up just a little bit before him, have a shower, do a face mask, pump your breasts, do whatever you've got to do, eat your breakfast. Like, I've been eating breakfast, coffee and my oatmeal every morning to mentally prepare me for the day. Like, and I feel like when I wake up earlier, it's kind of like I'm starting the day fresh, and I've got a couple more hours before he wakes up. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to take like strolls outside, going outside, feeling normal, connecting with friends. And this is another thing that's difficult when you're a new mum and you don't have a lot of friends that are mums. You can't really talk to a lot of people. Like, your friends don't get it. They wouldn't. People who don't have kids will never get it. Like, and I see it now. Like, when I used to like talk to like people who have kids and used to be like, they used to tell me stuff, I used to be like, oh please, like, is it really that bad? But let me tell you, when you're in it, yeah, you will see what I mean. The experience is a madness. But yeah, so that's what I want to talk about, having a baby after having a baby and everything. Like, it's been manic, and you might have days where you sit on the edge of your bed and just cry with your baby in your arms, but it's just the process, you know what I mean? And it's okay to cry and just get it out. Like, I think sometimes, especially with me, I'm so like, no, I'm hard body, no. So I kind of like try and hold it in. And when I try and hold it in, I don't speak to anyone. Like, I don't speak to Lloyd, I don't speak to anyone. I don't want to talk about it, but it's obviously bothering me. So after I talk about it and cry, it's kind of like, we've left that there, let's move on. Do you know what I mean? And just going with your emotions, you know what I mean? And just talking about it, just communicating and asking for help and trying to find support groups and try and find like stay and play, like activities for the baby to do. And yeah, I just think, just don't be so hard on yourself. Like, raising a baby is not a joke. Like, I honestly salute myself every single day for the smallest things. Like, okay, cool, I woke up early today, I pumped my breasts and I got him ready and he's good, he's healthy. Do you know what I mean? Salute yourself for the small things, because it's the small things that make you such a good mum. You know what I mean? It's the things that people don't see day in, day out, that will shape you into a mother. Why did I stutter? Anyway, but I just want to talk about, like, so mentally, I feel like with mental health, right? You know, like, I completely get when people, you know, are struggling mentally with what they're happening in their life, or what's happened in their life, or what's about to happen in their life. And I just want to say to anybody who's going through it that, like, things will get better. Like, I honestly, I understand, like, all our struggles are different, but when you go through something, you learn how to grieve, and you learn how to go, like, the next time you go through something, you're like, I've been here before. Like, you know, you find out what makes you happy, do whatever you got to do to make yourself feel better, whether that's going out and buying yourself a new dress or whatever. Just go and do what you've got to do to make yourself better, because when you're going through something mentally, it's all about you've got to make sure that you're putting yourself first before anyone, because if you don't, there will be a time where you just have a breakdown because you've just been holding everything in. If you don't have people to talk to, then look for like groups to sit down and open up, because there's a lot of people who are going through the same thing. And it's nice to know that, like, cool, I'm struggling with this and I've got someone else who's struggling, and we can kind of like come together and it just feel normal. Because I think people sometimes make you feel like you're supposed to feel great every day, like you're supposed to jump out your bed and start the day. Like, no, that is not the case. Obviously you might have days like that, but 9 times out of 10 you don't. Like, it's hard, it sucks that we have to like wake up every day, and some people don't wake up every day early and go to work and go to a job that you might not like. But I always think that, like, if you want to change something, you can just think of different avenues of how to change it. There's no point complaining and feeling sorry for yourself if you're not willing to change it. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I just wanted to come and just be raw with you guys and just be like, I haven't been in the mood to do anything. Like, when I was drafting like what I want to talk about, I was like, I'm not interested. I am not interested in doing anything to do with YouTube or, you know, checking emails. I don't want, like, I just felt like I didn't feel like myself. I don't feel like Rhea Ellen. And I mean, I do now. Like I said, the last couple of days I've just been taking it as it comes and just being like, yo, babe, like you've just had a baby. That itself is a madness. And breastfeeding is a madness. Like, if I get onto breastfeeding, I'll be here all day. Like, I cannot stand when people feel the need to comment on women who breastfeed in public. Like, babe, I am feeding my baby. Like, if I was to give my son a bottle in public, no one would say anything. So what's the big deal? Like, when you're eating your stew at 10 a.m, does anybody say anything to you? But you want to come and comment about, you know, something that's so natural of me feeding my baby. So when I'm out in public and I need to feed my son, I feed my son. Like, your weirdness or you sexualizing the fact that I'm feeding my son because he's coming from my boob is really peculiar. And I feel like breastfeeding alone, like having to constantly keep your supply up. Like, when my son was born, he was drinking like 3 ounces. Then he jumped to 4 ounces. Now he's on 5. So you guys can imagine how I have to consistently like keep my supply going to reach up to his standards, like his needs, right? So like if I'm out or I go somewhere, I have to make sure that I've got a 5-ounce bottle there for him. And that takes time to sit there and pump. And people just don't get it. Like, it's not a joke. And I feel like when people stress you out, that all ties into you being able to continue to supply milk for your child. Like, everything, it's like a domino effect. It's like a domino effect. Everything kind of like pans into each other. Do you know what I mean? And I just think that like mums don't get enough praise as they should. Like, every single mother that's watching this, I completely salute you, because it's not easy at all. Like, and everybody sees, like I said, the fun bits and, oh my god, look at his cute jumper, and like, you didn't see the process for me to get him in that jumper, did you? Or you didn't see me up at 4 a.m. Struggling last night. So also, I'm sick. I don't know if you guys can hear, but I'm sick. But anyway, I just wanted to come and just be raw with you and just be like, guys, I haven't been feeling it, and it's normal to not be feeling great all the time. And I've just been trying to go to church more, pray more, and just leave it to God, because I know that mans will be back. Like, I am back, but I mean, like, fully myself. Who is at the door at 10 a.m?
Okay, I'm reloaded.